This is the Ugly Truth Podcast.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Ugly Truth Podcast. I'm your host, Abam Ogman. And of course, I'm not here alone. I'm here with my co-host.
Hello guys, so my name is Mary Pole and today we are talking about snitching. We have and
That's real. So we are going to talk about snitching. And the thing is that it's snitching a good thing or a bad thing to do. So we are going to find out while having the discussion. And it's not just being a bad thing or a good thing. Let's start with what is snitching. So what is snitching, guys? Why is it so quiet?
Snitching
Somebody say
can
something.
be, snitching is like, I can see snitching as
Please don't say everybody.
backstabbing.
Okay. No. Backstabbing.
I don't know whether it's okay to use
Alright.
that word. But I feel like snitching is when
But is there any definition for snitching? Like dictionary definition?
I think to my own terms, snitching is a foretell of a deed that involves a criminal ordeal between two persons.
You almost
or
sound
a
like
group.
those people from the whole person. the way he said for tell, yes,
and a D.
and a D,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Okay.
think so. So basically, it's like just telling on what somebody has done to maybe expose the deed. I think that's what I can say.
But we can't really control what happened around us. But we can really control how we can respond to it.
Yeah, true.
So, in the recent happenings around us, will you say that snitching is a good thing? Will you snitch on someone? That should be the
Snitching
question,
can
right?
be, in my own case, snitching can be good and can be bad.
Okay.
I feel like there is good side of snitching and there is bad side of snitching.
Why is snitching good and bad at the same time? Because I
No.
also feel like I relate to snitching being good and bad at the same time, depending on the circumstance or the situation you find yourself. So what do you think, Mary?
Well. What I think about snitching is I think you are actually doing something to get something in return. Okay, like I'm backstabbing Aban in order to snitch to collect his man.
You did not
Yes.
just go there?
No, I want to collect his man.
Okay.
So I go a good man in order to stab you and then give some kind of information that is going to ruin your relationship in order to get something in return. So to me, I feel like snitching is doing something to get something in favor or in return rather.
Why do you think snitching is a good or bad? Okay, do you think snitching is a good thing?
To me, I don't think snitching is good.
You think it's a bad thing?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's
Now, basically, from everybody I've come across talking about that, snitching is a form of betrayal.
Of course,
So there's not betrayal that you call a good thing, right? Because it takes trust to be betrayed. You must have trust on something. You must have put your trust on someone for you to be betrayed.
Yeah.
And when you're betrayed, it felt bad. Right? There's nobody that feels good being betrayed of anything, no
Yeah.
matter what it is. And I feel for a person to be betrayed to an extent whereby the person feels bad is that it comes from a close person.
Yes, of course, every
betrayal is always from a close person.
It's very from
It's a
it's
norm.
always from a
It's a
close
norm.
person.
It's
because
always.
he
So
has
that's-
an information,
Yes.
in-depth
Information.
about you. Yes. So
So
that person
for
can
you-
use that to hit you real deep.
So there's nothing about there's nothing really good about that.
Snitching.
Yeah.
But
No,
snitching is different from. Is it different from betrayal?
Well,
Personally,
I think this is actually related.
Betrayal
okay,
can be an action,
Okay,
right?
let me give an instance now. I grew up in Calabar, streets of Calabar South, to be precise. Mary knows what I'm talking about here. So now we have a lot of bad boys and bad girls in Calabar South. Assumingly, let's just assume I'm friends with the bad guys, and we go out to rob somewhere. We rob DC office in Quebec, and we stole all the students' reports, and we change everything and return it back. And BC happened to make an announcement. I'm like, oh, whoever reports or brings up the person that did this will be given so amount of money or something. Mind you, I was in that group. Oh, we were like 7 or 8 of us, assuming we were there. I was there, and I looked at that. And I don't know. I collect this money. I think do this, do that. And I go back. and meet the VC, and I told him, oh, I know the people that did this. So Okon was involved, Akman was there, Iko was there. I keep mentioning.
Of course, Mary was there.
Of course, Mary was there. I keep mentioning those people's names. You get my point. To me, I did a bad thing. I snitched on my friends because I was part of it.
Yeah.
That's for me.
And that's a betrayal, mind
And
you.
that was not the arrangement.
That was not the
So
arrangement.
the arrangement.
Nobody
you
was
guys
supposed to
going
know.
still, yes.
Yeah, nobody was supposed to know. And at the end of the day, just because, or maybe something happened, and
You took a personal decision
Sure.
to go pick up the money involved.
now that
Wow.
is a bad thing. Now that is a bad thing. But in other way, I think snitching is a good thing if and only if, for example, maybe I was out having a good time with my girlfriend and I happened to see my friend's boyfriend or fiancé or whatever or husband somewhere doing
Doing
you
the
see,
doing.
doing the doings with another lady. Now the snitching is a good personal opinion. Now me snitching, before I snitch, I'll walk up to him and tell him, Uncle, what are you doing here? And by the time I get home, I want you to tell your woman or your girlfriend or your wife or your
What you
whatever
just did.
what you just did. If not, I'm going to tell her.
I think,
To me, right there, I'm doing a good thing by snitching. Because of course I'll tell my friends, I saw your man somewhere doing whatever. To me, it's a good thing. So I kind of like fall in between snitching being a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Personal opinion.
Okay, so in your opinion, what do you think
Personal.
snitching is? In your opinion, what do you think snitching is?
I don't know the definition, but I'm just saying that reporting.
sorry, like if I have to analyze critically based on what she just said now, she said she's going to walk up to the man
And report,
and report.
yes.
Now, at that
No,
time,
not report.
like
Ask him.
ask him.
What
At
is
that time,
Yeah.
no, you're not going. You're not snitching any longer because
really?
the both of you, yes, the both of you are in a terms, in an agreement that yes, it's either he does this or
You tell.
Yeah,
So-
I think at that point,
But
what you're doing is
Yeah.
blackmail.
Okay.
that's
Do
blackmail.
you understand?
Really?
Yes, that's blackmail.
Okay, let me see.
That's why I said
Okay.
I think we need to
Of a
understand
good
these
snitching. differences.
Yes.
Okay.
Of a good snitching. Example of a good snitching. For me, I feel like it's good, but I don't know.
But
For
they say that's not
instance-
snitching, that's blackmail.
No. For
Don't
instance,
do what you just
no,
said. It's
for
blackmail.
instance, just like you said, for my own case, I'll turn it the other way. In the situation whereby you have a friend, you guys, this person is a good person and all that, then in the long run, that friend of yours starts behaving somehow, starts smoking, following all these guys that are bad influence to the person's life. I can go and tell that to his parents. I don't see it as a bad. He will feel angry, or she might feel
That's
angry,
correct.
or
That's
something.
correct.
But you are doing that out of love because you love that your friend,
And you're
and you
snitching
don't
on that-
want that your friend
and you're
go through
snitching.
that part. And you're snitching on
on
that
your
your friend
friends.
to tell his
Sorry.
friend so that he will get some help.
Let me
So
ask you a
I
question.
feel like he's a good snitch.
I think let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Is that a snitch or
Oi,
is it
tell.
not?
No, that's a snitch because in the sense that if your friend trusts you and tells you all this stuff because she believes or he believes you're not going to say
I
it to
think
anybody.
now that's where you made it street.
Yes. She believes or he believes you're not going to say it to anybody.
Okay, that's
But
snitching.
because all the circumstances you are seeing the person is going, you have to go and tell somebody because that person needs help. So I see that as a good snitch.
Okay, that's
So
snitching.
there are other
That's
good
snitching.
I think that's snitching.
But remember, that person, that's that person's private life.
That's
remember.
another. So, in
that
other
person-
way, you're betraying.
Betraying, yes.
But in
Yes.
a good betrayal.
Okay, fine. What?
In a good betrayal.
Okay. Before we come down to what, and what, is snitching really a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, if you ask me personally, I would say snitching is a bad thing.
Okay.
Yes, snitching is actually bad.
And why is it
because,
that bad?
like I explained earlier from the beginning, when you're doing something, because the reason why most people snitch, you don't just snitch for
No,
nothing.
you just.
Yes, there's something you're trying to gain.
blowers, are they not snitching?
So you're trying
That's
to get
snitching now,
something.
abi?
Yeah.
And of course, because you're trying to get this thing, you go down, you go to that level to dig informations.
Yeah.
Some
about a
informations are
particular
not
thing.
actually exposed to you, but you went as far as digging it because you know what you want to gain from
Yeah.
snitching from that person. Like I made an instance from the beginning. I want to take your man. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, that was on a lighter note. So me doing this, I'm betraying you, I'm snitching on you, I'm doing a whole lot in one package.
And
Do you
acting
understand?
good.
So
as
if
if-
you ask me,
And also coming back to
act good. That's what I wanted
Yes,
to say.
to act
Act good
good
because you have
on
to
your
keep that
face.
pace for you to extract every information you
to
want.
keep it going, to keep it going smooth.
Can-
So
Snitching is a full-time job.
As well as work that you need to hire somebody to do it for you.
And from what she's trying to from the story she's projecting now, being a snitch is a full-time job because you can't be stalking all my movement all by yourself. You need to pay people to stalk you, to get
Spy.
to spy, to know everything I'm doing.
But I still believe they are good.
Snitching. In terms of I
That
see a
is
mother.
it's not even going to be important. It's not going to help you that snitching. It's going to help the person that you are
The
snitching
person
on.
there is
Or
saying what
something.
help.
But
no,
what
no,
the
no,
thing
no.
is that-
Oh, no, no. Apart from okay, imagine Album now be like, okay, hi, you would like to get this stuff, she like to get this stuff, blah 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 blah. How she wish, all this stuff. I can go behind and tell her, man, this is what your babe said. She
That is
wants
not
to
snitching.
do, blah blah blah.
That's a
And
good
he buys
snitching.
it for her.
Okay.
And
That's a good
wait,
snitching. We do have children welfare in Nigeria. So
Most of NGOs.
most
Yeah.
NGOs. So I could actually go report the mom to those child welfare and like, I know a lady in my compound that is maltreating the daughter. That's a good snitching. I'm snitching on the
Because
woman.
they're going to
yeah, that's
intervene.
Yeah,
well.
that's a good snitching.
That's good.
So I think we've agreed that snitching is a good and a bad
It's a
thing.
good and a bad thing.
Well,
Mr.
It's a
Hartwell,
good
you are not saying
and a bad
anything.
thing.
No. I think now, let me change it for you. I think that's like a report.
you're reporting your
Yes,
telling.
you were
That
actually.
brings me back to the da. So now what's the difference between snitching and reporting?
Well,
Honestly, I
snitching.
don't know. Nobody should ask me.
I feel like reporting is when someone does something wrong. Yeah. Someone does something wrong and he's not supposed to do it.
Is that
No,
the same
I-
with snitching?
I
No,
feel
no, no.
like
Snitching-
When someone does
snitching.
something wrong, he's not supposed to do it. That one, it's just like you can even tell the person I'm gonna report you. Like
Oh.
I can say, Abam, me I'll go and report you.
Okay, that means the person is aware that you are going
the
to
person,
report.
report people. Sometimes people are aware you're going to report them.
But not all.
Because, not all sharp. Because if you should do something, I can tell them, me I'll go and report it to police. So I mean now, they'll come and carry you. You already know that me, as I'm going now, I'm going to police station to go and report you.
That one is
So-
already informed.
I think
Well-
reports sometimes still comes in place where some certain things is currently being done at that time.
Okay.
You understand? Like, let's say for instance something is happening here, right? The action is still happening. Then I said, okay, I pick up my phone and I call so person and said, this is what's happening. I'm reporting. What newscasters does, they report. Do you understand? But in this aspect of snitch, there's a bad side to the snitch.
There's a bad side actually.
Yes,
You cannot snitch. You cannot snitch and everything is good. No.
Yeah.
When you snitch, you break somebody's trust.
Yeah.
Is either you favor a party
Or
and
you make
disfavor the other party.
Yeah.
Do you
And most
understand?
snitches, they get something from snitching.
And in
Well, if you-
report, I can say report is either good or bad. You cannot say report is bad.
Well,
Alone.
to me,
It's good to make reports. It's good to give reports. So
I feel the difference is to me. I feel the difference between snitching and reporting is like reporting. You're calling someone to something that's wrong, like you want a change out
No.
of it.
not going behind
Yes.
back.
Yes, like you are reporting. You're reporting. These are two different words here.
You can be bold to
Snitching.
say it.
Listen to the word snitching.
Like you
Snitching.
I'm not
Snitching.
even
Snitching.
you're
Snitching.
So
You're
snitching there.
snitching.
But
Yeah.
reporting.
Snitching
You're
is the
bold
best.
about what you do.
Just
So
like
snitch, you're not
reporting,
bold.
you there's something happening, you don't like it,
Yeah.
and you want someone to come and you
behave.
want a change.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You want a change to this abnormality that's actually happening. Then snitching.
They're sneaking.
Yeah, you're
In
sneaking.
the middle of the
You're
night.
digging.
In the middle
of the
You're
night.
to get something.
So now, how do you find a potential snitch?
Potential snitch.
How do you know
there.
them?
Home
Alright,
last
guys,
born.
so
No.
This is a home last born.
Home last born.
No, it's not really.
He's number one. He's number one.
No. Even your friends,
Yeah.
actually, they are the ones that tends to be the snitch. They are the ones that tend to be snitch, even
Okay.
in your friend circle. And those, I feel like they are the ones that actually pretend that they care most about it because they
They
want
paint
to
this
hear the
perfect-
in-depth of
this
what
perfect-
is inside of you, so that they can go back and tell maybe
So and
your
so
other
and so,
friends,
yeah.
see this one, she feels saying that she blah blah blah. I beg, don't be waiting, she tell me that you know all these kind of things. So it is in every circle, there's always a snitch.
But how do you find a potential snitch? Yeah, I feel that.
Well,
I feel people
how you
that-
find a potential snitch is when you give your hope rather, in exchange to let them take away your night. Do you understand? So you are a big snitch.
See,
Do you understand?
actually, people that have tendencies to snitch are those people that are easily attracted to material things. Yeah, because those people at the point they don't just care because they just want to get whatever they want at that moment.
Yeah.
They go, and people that have jealousy inside of them, people that have jealousy have that potential of being snitch. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about these very wealthy guys out there? You know, money is actually not their problem. Okay, but there's something else they are
Women can
looking
be their
for.
problem.
I'm not talking about guys.
Yeah, that's why I say women too can be their problem.
Women are like their
Uh-huh.
fellow women.
You see guys like men.
No, I'm not talking about guys.
men.
I'm talking about ladies. They are well to do.
Yeah.
You're not talking, you know, you made mention of material things,
Yeah.
so I want to shift that.
That thing too, men can be their problem, women can be their problem on both sides. Because I think I watched a movie. The girl was following the guy. She has it everything, but just because and probably her saying was like the guy is good on bed. Her other friend had to she want to taste that stuff. So imagine
What
your
stuff?
other friend have to try to get the guy to her own self. So
Okay.
they all have their own shit. Probably in this level you think okay it's material things that attract, but on top they have some things but they don't have some things that
Okay. Of course, nobody
And
has
spirits
it all.
of jealousy
Yeah.
can push someone to
spirit
go
of
and
jealousy. No,
snitch.
spirit of jealousy is very
He's number
strong.
one.
Yes, just like Abam is looking so beautiful. Like, I feel like snitching on her.
Basically, what I have to say about this aspect of
Yeah.
finding potential snitches, it all boils down to everybody's personality, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when someone has a good personality, you tend to weigh all these aspects of life: the pride, your self-esteem, the jealousy, the material things to deal with, because these are self on the line. It can be under the carpet and you never know. So it pushes you and you don't know when you snitch. So I think it boils down to that aspect of your personality. So if you
That's
have
a good point.
if you have worked on it, if you have tamed those aspects of your life, I don't see you snitch. Like in the sense that when you were saying something about your friend doing stuff like drugs maybe and all that, if you have worked on a personality per se, sometimes you might not be fine in that circle.
Yeah.
So you have one way in the other avoid snitching.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you have been dealing with all those kind of things, you should know how to deal with friends like that
Yeah.
without snitching.
Personally, I feel some people snitch is because it's childish though, but they just want to pay you back. Let you just feel the pain. of-
That's what I'm saying. You have to take
Like,
this.
Pay you back.
What
Like
if
childish.
in a situation you don't have anything to offer to that
Yeah.
person and you feel like this other person would be best to offer this person to
To me, in the scale of 1 to 5, I think snitching as 4% wrong and 1% good based on the instance you give.
But the thing is that don't be a snitch. Snitching is not good, but only snitch when you know you are doing the right thing. Because snitching helps. It saves a lot of lives. It helps.
I
It
agree with
helps.
that.
Yeah, it helps. So that brings us to the end of this topic. And hi guys back home watching. Don't be a stranger. Leave your own opinion in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Just reach out to us on every social media platforms at the Ugly Truth Podcast. And I still remain your host, Abam Pogban.
Because I'm Mary Ipole. Thanks for
Yeah.
stopping by, guys.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The Ugly Truth Podcast. Say it the way it is.